Hi, again, we're going to continue. So now we're going to look at the connections between neurons, what we call synapses. So neurons meet other neurons in junctions that we call synapses. So this is a synapse right here. Okay. And in that synapse, we can define some of the components there. So there's a gap between both neurons. That gap is called your synaptic cleft. And usually in a synapse, one neuron will release chemicals and the other one will respond to it. So in this synapse, we'll call this neuron what we call the pre-synaptic neuron. This one we'll call the post-synaptic neuron. And in this kind of junction, the pre-neuron is the one that will release the neurotransmitter, and the post-neuron is the one that will respond to the neurotransmitter that's been released by the presynaptic neuron. Now, synapses can take on different geometry, different anatomy. So, for example, in this synapse, we have an axon synapsing with a soma. This is called an axosomatic synapse. Okay. Here, if we have the axon synapsing with the dendrite, this one here is called axodendritic synapse. And in some cases, you may also have the axon synapsing with an axon, like so. Okay, so this synapse here is called your axonic synapse. So there are three types of synapses: axosomatic, axodendritic, and axonic synapses. Next, we're going to look at when these axons travel through the brain. They travel in bundles that we call nerves. So a nerve is never really ever one neuron. It's usually hundreds of neurons together traveling in a bundle that we call a nerve bundle or just a nerve. So let's look at a nerve. And in the PowerPoint, it's probably better done there, but I'm going to try to give it some, look at it, in some way. So a nerve is really a bundle of axons. So imagine then that you have, these are your axons traveling up and down. So this is your nerve bundle, packed with axons. It's all individual axons here. And its entire thing is called a nerve, all right? So if you take a cross-sectional view of this, then you will see like this. These things will be your axons cut across. So axon, like this, forming your nerve bundle. So axons, all right? And so these individual axons then will each have a wrapping around them, and that wrapping around each individual axon, that wrapping, like so, that's called the endoneurium. That's the membrane that covers each individual axon inside a nerve bundle, endoneurium. Okay, and sometimes you even have these axons can form bundles, like so. This could be a bundle of axon together. That bundle is called a fascicle, much like the muscle anatomy that we discussed last time. And each fascicle itself is also surrounded by another membrane. So the membrane around the fascicle is referred to as the perineurium. Okay? And then the entire nerve structure also has its own membrane around it. So the outer membrane that covers the entire nerve structure is referred to as the epineurium. So I want you guys to know the 3 layers of membrane that you find in the nerve bundle. Each axon has an individual endoneurium. Each bundle has a perineurium, and the entire nerve structure is wrapped by an epineurium. Okay, and usually, these fascicles that you have in them, some fascicles, like so again, like these, may contain sensory neurons, others may contain motor neurons. So usually all nerve bundles are called mixed nerves. Mixed nerves because they contain both sensory and motor neurons in that bundle there. Okay. One more thing I wanted to mention about your nerve bundles, I kind of forgot what I was going to say. Let me see if I can figure out what I had in mind here. So nerve, So in your nerve bundles, you sometimes have blood vessels. So this here could be an artery. This one could be a vein like that. So these blood vessels that you find inside the nerve bundle, sorry, I'm not in a different color. We call that the vasa nervorum. Vasa nervorum, or blood vessels that you find inside the nerve bundle in order to nourish the cells, to keep them alive. This could be an artery, this could be a vein. Okay? All right, that's it for the topic of nervous tissue. All right, so we'll continue this again tomorrow with some more lectures.